Hey friends, welcome back to the Bald Booktuber. My name is Scott, and today we're going to talk about my reading plans for the best month of the year, January. It's the best month because it's new beginnings. It's the best month because it's my birthday month. Everything is great in January. I love this time of year. So, we're going to start this month with a book that I'm actually almost finished with. It's January 2nd, and I will have likely completed or be very close to completing the first book of the month, which is for the big read along that's happening throughout BookTube, Magician's Apprentice by Raymond E. Feist. This is my first Feist. It was his first book, published in 1982 when I was 3 years old. So this is very classic fantasy. It's got some cool elements I haven't seen in other types of fantasy, though. It's got its own kind of unique spin on things. So I'll talk more about that in a later episode, perhaps. I'm enjoying it enough that I may even do a little bit of a spoiler type of review on the first book, but so far, very good. His writing is not going to be compared to or otherwise mistaken for someone like Robin Hobb or Guy Gabriel Kay or even Tad Williams. The prose is not what you're reading a story like this for. It's not that it's bad, it's just that it's not a standout. In my mind, a lot like reading Terry Brooks' Shannara. That's what I most compare it to, which is an author in a series that I have read a lot of in my life and very much enjoy. So I'm having a good time with this. I'll, like I said, be done with it very early. I actually started on New Year's Eve because I didn't have anything else to read, and the pages just fly by. At the time of filming here, I've got about 150 pages to go, and they will go very quickly. So that'll be done first. After that, I'll be starting my buddy read with my friends Madison and Brent. Madison has her channel at Madison Goodyear. She mentioned this specific series. This is Tad Williams' Shadow March. It's book 1 of 4. It feels like something that's going to be very cool and that we're all going to enjoy very much. She has told me this is her most anticipated read of the year, so I'm excited for her. And for us, it should be good. And I mentioned it a little bit in my last video talking about my plans for the year, but this is one that I am very excited about. Tad Williams' writing is beautiful, and it should be a very good story. We're going to do one book a month, so January, February, March, April, we should wrap it up. So should be good stuff. Next up, my most anticipated or second most anticipated read of the year, depending on if Pierce Brown releases Red God this year or not, the final entry in Red Rising. That would catapult to number 1 if he does. But otherwise, this is going to be book 18 of the Dresden Files from Jim Butcher, 12 months, and I can't wait. I'm so excited. The last time he released anything in this universe, we got 2 books a few months apart. So we got Peace Talks and Battleground. Battleground is my very favorite Dresden entry. It eclipsed Changes, which I didn't think was possible to do, but the book is so good, and it has some great set pieces at the end to set us up for 12 months. Mike over Mike's Book Reviews has been able to read this already. He got an advanced reader copy, and he said he thought I, in particular, would really love this. So I can't wait. I don't know if there's anything special I'm going to do in celebration of it. It releases on the 20th. I'll be working that day, but before I start working that day, hopefully I'll be able to get some chapters in and stay up late that night getting even more chapters in. So should be a good time. I've been reading this series since 2004 or 2005, something like that. So it's very meaningful and special to me. I can't possibly be more excited about getting to this. I'll also be going with book 2 of Hyperion. This is the Fall of Hyperion, and I hear mixed things. My former boss and good friend Andy said that he really enjoyed it. He read Hyperion and Fall of Hyperion recently, and he said he thought I would really like Fall of Hyperion. He left me a note in Goodreads. So I hope that's true. I did take a little bit of a sample of how it started out. It seems to be starting in an interesting place, but I didn't go very far. I just took a sip of the first 10 pages or so. But should be a good time. If it's not, I might cut bait at that point. But I do kind of want to see the whole thing through and go through Endymion and Rise of Endymion as well. So we'll see how that goes. But certainly I'll keep everybody up to date. Other reads, and these were things again that I talked about in my video. I'm going to be doing some Plato, Republic.
You're that smart.
Let me put it this way. Have you ever heard of Plato, Aristotle, Socrates?
Yes?
Morons.
Really?
And probably just dipping into the first maybe chapter or so, maybe the introduction. We're probably looking at 30 pages or so. I've flipped through a little bit of it, but I want to go through it slowly, take some notes as a companion to it. I know Jared Henderson, who's a real life philosopher and has an amazing channel, has done some great content on Plato's Republic and on other works. So I'll have that as an additional guide, which will be great. The common saying is that all of philosophy is just footnotes to Plato. I don't know if I agree with that or not, but we'll find out. Kind of philosophy existed before Plato, but nobody really reads the pre-Socratic. Like I said on that recent video, it's not going to overtake my life, but it is something that I'm looking forward to. And we'll break up some of these other sci-fi fantasy reads. Additionally, I'm going to get started on Homer's Iliad. We'll see how it goes. I'm probably going to shoot for the first 2 chapters. So I know that the first chapter is the Rage of Achilles. Achilles is one of the few characters that I can know by name and know who he was. So that's good. Book 1, Rage of Achilles. Book 2, The Great Gathering of Armies. So Homer it is. We're probably looking at 35 to 50 pages. I don't think it's going to be too big of a chore to knock out a couple chapters during this month. That should probably be about all of the capacity that I have, although if I do get ahead in the schedule, and particularly because Magician's Apprentice is almost done, I might have time for a wild card and throw something else in. I don't know what that would be yet.
Okay, I'm a little confused. So Frank is the brains and you're just the looks now?
And I'm still the wild card,
No.
so that's good.
No. Guys, we're forsaking the group dynamic, okay? And truthfully, Charlie, come on. I mean, nobody wants a wild card, okay? It doesn't make any sense.
I do have one thing that I'm excited about watching. So my TBW for the month, George's World is once again getting a show on HBO. So A Night of the Seven Kingdoms. So this is, of course, set in the world of A Song of Ice and Fire, my favorite fantasy world, my favorite fantasy story, my favorite fantasy series, one of my favorite fantasy authors, all of it. If you know what this is, then you'll be tuning in for Dunk and Egg. If you don't know who Dunk and Egg are, you should tune in anyway and figure out who they are because they're great characters. It's a fun little set of novellas and a great story. So it's set about 100 years before the events of A Song of Ice and Fire. And if you're into the Targaryens like I am, probably going to be something you want to check out. So we get House of the Dragon Season 3 later in the year, but this will be a nice way to start the year. Hopefully it's good. There's 6 episodes. I don't know what the schedule is beyond that. I don't know if they're going to do 1 season only or 2 or 3. I should probably look into these things before talking randomly about it. But I did check just before this recording, and January 18th is the release of the first episode, and it runs through February. It'd be a 6-episode limited run season. So I'm excited about this. I've seen pictures of who they got to play Dunk, and it's pretty much how I envisioned him. Looking forward to this. This will be good fun. All right, so a short one today, but this is a discipline I want to do. I, of course, did my video about everything I want to do during the year. I'm going to make sure that I'm giving an update monthly on what my TBR is, and also a second update on what I actually read and whether I met those commitments or not. I hope you guys are having a wonderful new year, and I hope you're all looking forward to some great reads in the month of January. Until next time, publication order always, my friends.